The Timberwolves beat the Lakers 124-104 last night. Minnesota trolling Russell Westbrook all night as LA's woes continued. Patrick Beverley seen holding his nose as he called the purple and gold trash. Then Karl Anthony Towns had a huge double take after a late Russ airball. After the game, the former MVP spoke out about how the T-Wolves reacted. Take a listen.
I honestly don't pay no mind to it. Maybe the other guys they weren't talking to me. So they were talking to individual guys particularly, but the trash talking doesn't bother me none. Nobody over there has done anything that in this league that, make me put my eyes up like, oh, they're talking mess. Let me respond. No. It's fine. They're good. They won a game. Happy for them. Move on to the next one. That's that.
Russ taking the high road there. Shannon, how'd you like his response?
Skip, what else can he say? They were talking to you. Patrick Beverley said, he's trash.
He's trash. Maybe they weren't talking to him, but they were talking about him.
After what transpired up under the basket, he looked to the Lakers bench, said, he's trash, held his nose. When he shot that air ball, Karl Anthony Towns, Pat Beverley had the ball because the T-Wolves called a timeout. He threw the ball up in the air like somebody was throwing it. Like somebody tried to hit him in the head with the ball and he had to duck. They're talking about you. And I got no problem with the trash talking. Skip, people don't look at the Lakers. This is not the Showtime Lakers. This is not Shaq and Kobe's Lakers. This is not Powell and Kobe's Lakers. This is not LeBron and AD Lakers, AD's first year there. They're down. When you're down, I'm going to beat you down. I'm going to keep you down. Skip, remember all the talking that Buffalo was doing to New England when they got them in the playoffs, Skip? And they beat the brakes out of them. And they thought, this is the end of them. They are done. It's over.
That's true.
All the years that you had the upper hand and you were beating us down, when the tide turned, I'm going to pummel you. Skip, this is what I want to know. Anybody, let's just say for the sake of argument, you don't know any of these players. You don't know anybody. And I'm just going, everybody's last name. LeBron James' last name isn't going to be James. It's going to be Fitzsimmons.
Okay.
Russell Westbrook last name is going to be Jones.
Okay.
And we just watching basketball games. We just watched 60 games. What do you think a person that's never seen these guys play, what do you think they think of Russ? We watched 60 games. I'm just saying, you've never seen Russ play before. You've never seen Russ. You don't know anything about it. Mm-hmm. You know the game. You love the game of basketball. You watch 60 games. You tell me what they think.
They would think he's a candidate to get cut.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you. See, the reason why I don't have a problem with them trash talking, because Russ started this mess. Russ trash talk all the time. He rocking the baby, Skip.
All the time.
Ain't got no problem with that. You too little. I got no problem. Got no problem. But, bro, if you talk it, you got to be able to take it. Because at some point in time, they're going to get you. They're going to get you back. You ain't going to always be on top, trust me. I talk more you know what than anybody. But Skip, when they had a chance to beat the Broncos, when they had a chance to get the Ravens, they let me know. What's wrong? Why you not talking now, big mouth? Mm-hmm. Hey, what all the guarantees? Where are your muscles? Let me see them big old muscles you got.
There you go.
Got to take it.
Got to take it.
You just got to take it. And somehow, I don't know why, it just, LeBron will come, and that cross-court pass, somehow, he find Russ. And somehow LeBron say, you know what, this time going to be different, Skip.
Yep.
This shot going to go in. Skip, I mean, he's shooting shots, Skip, that don't touch the rim. Skip, he's 7 feet, 8 feet from the basket on one side and hit the backboard on the other side. Don't even touch the rim. He's 3 feet from the basket, and he shoots an air ball. It's not all Russ' fault. Skip, the Lakers are terrible. Skip, you watched them. I watched the Lakers really, really close. And it's to the point now, I'm just like, I don't really know what else to tweet. Again, they gave up another 60-plus points in the first half, Skip. Again, they got out-rebounded. Again, they scored, 12 points one night. I think they had 17 last night.
Yep.
It is what it looks. Look, we can beat up Russ. Like I said, Russ is not the main reason the Lakers are losing. The Lakers are losing because, think about it, Skip, Austin Reeves in your starting lineup. Stanley Johnson's on a 4-day contract, and he plays heavy minutes. Avery Bradley had gotten cut by the Golden State Warriors. He plays minutes. Let that sink in, Skip. And you thought AD's hurt? AD's been hurt for a while. AD, with the exception of that first year, AD's been hurt a lot. They're not a good team. I wish I could dress it up and give you something more like, Skip, if they did this, they're not a good team. And this is why they can't do that. This is why they can't defend. This is why they turn the ball over. They're bad. It's as simple as that, Skip. But, Russ, you got to expect this. Every time, all them times you rocked the baby, all the time you said somebody was too small, all that time you was chirping with Pat Bev, talking about he running around out there saying nothing. Okay, it's time to get you back.
I hear everything you just said, but I'm going to go one level deeper on Russ. He has just worn me completely out with his delusional living in the past. Every postgame, he's looking at the reporters like, don't you know who you're talking to?
When they can get him off his phone,
or reading the stats. Yeah.
Yeah. So when they can get him off his phone, you're absolutely right.
He looks up. Huh? No, I don't know what you're talking about. Do you realize who I am? I'm Russell Westbrook. And then he goes off on this rant the other day, and again, I feel sorry for his family, but it's his fault that they're in this position. I can't take my kids to the games anymore. Well, it's your fault.
Yeah.
You are the single worst three-point shooter in all of basketball.
Right.
He doesn't quite qualify because he doesn't take enough attempts. But if you just look at it as is, those stats, he's the worst.
Right.
He's 28% from three. Since the All-Star break, he's 11% from three. It's pathetic. It's unwatchably bad.
Yes.
And he's still, by 5, leads the NBA in turnovers. What are we supposed to do with that? And I keep saying every night, it can't get any worse. And then it got worse because the TimberWolves, featuring Pat Bev, are clowning you.
Yes. And that's the second time they've done that, too, though.
Second time they've done that. And obviously, Pat Bev and Russ go way back, and there's a lot of bad blood going on there because once upon a time, early in a playoff series against Houston, Pat Bev tried to snake the ball away from Russ as he was trying to call timeout. It was borderline against the unwritten rule. You got to let him go ahead and finish the timeout motion. But he tried to snake, and Russ tried to quickly turn sideways, and he tore his cartilage.
Yeah.
And it was kind of freakish. I got to tell you, it was kind of a freakish injury, but it happened.
Yes.
And it cost Russ the rest of that playoff run, right? And since then, they've gone back and forth. I remember once upon a time, Russ said he don't play no defense. You know, he's out there going through the motions.
Yeah, he running around, got y'all, Pat Bev out here running around, got y'all food.
Okay. I do think Pat Bev plays some defense.
He does.
And he plays some psychological defense because he just wants to get under your skin. And he's pretty good at it.
He's great at it.
And he's pretty good at getting his hand on the ball, and he blocked LeBron from behind last night one time where he just sneaks in and just gets his hand on top because he knows how to play. He learned how to play overseas in Russia and Greece, and he paid his dues to get in this league.
He's not the quality player, but Skip, he's a mini Dennis Rodman. He is. He's a nuisance.
and you know what? I know him a little bit. I respect his game because to last as long as he has with his ability, because it's mediocre at best kind of ability, but up here, no, he's got it.
Because normally, guys, you got to, like, you can shoot the ball. You guys come out the bench, going to give you 10, 12, 14 points. Like last night, he had a good game shooting the ball, Skip, but that's not what he's known for. He's a defender, and he takes pride in that. He's going to play hard. He's going to fight.
He's known for being an irritant, kind of like Rodman.
He's that.
Right, and when he's in the game, it just electrifies the game because he brings energy, he brings electricity, he brings antagonism, he brings spark to it because he's going to get a rise out of somebody.
And his crowd love it. Skip, he just knocks the ball out of hand, and he get out like, bro, you just knocked the ball out of hand. But the crowd going crazy. You see what Pat Bev did? Pat Bev almost got a steal. Like, but that's him.
Russell Westbrook had a documentary on his life and times drop right before this season dropped. And I told you going into the season, this is bad news for the Lakers because he is going to be on the highest, mightiest pedestal as the new starting point guard for his childhood dream team. And he can't live up. He's getting exposed. It just didn't work. And obviously LeBron blessed it. because I think LeBron, like a lot of people, thought he was going to be way better than this. And instead, night after night, and this was the low point for me because I just found this flat out offensive, he's scoffing at the T-Wolves saying, nobody over there has ever done anything in this league that would make me pick my eyes up